Salve, anyways, that is Phil Baroni in the center, the New York badass. Phil Baroni. That's Phil Baroni in 7th grade McKenna. No, I'm not one of those kids. I'm not in any of these pictures, basically. I skipped all the pictures except the one I had to do. You can see Phil Baroni, he was already a character back then. He already had like that knack. You could already see the sun. The sun was already shining on Phil Baroni. So this is RSS 006. It's been a bit delayed, but hey, that's it. You can see the New York badass. That's his. He actually has a YouTube page. I think you should check it out. And yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. But yeah, I knew him from probably since about 5th to 6th grade. I probably knew him in like Little League and stuff. So we'll get to that. But look, you can see Phil Baroni. Phil Baroni signed my yearbook. And it says to Steve, Merry Christmas, Phil. And that's how he signed pretty much everything. I have another one with him from McKenna. No, this is McKenna. As you can see, boom. This is 19, I guess it was 89 or something. The Warrior. John P. McKenna Junior High School. So yeah, I have a Berner book. I just couldn't find the Berner book. It's not really worth it because he signs pretty much everything the same way. And you can see this one we're going to move. We're going to have, look, see, oh, Devils and Kings. This is interesting. This is Phil Baroni when he's in high school. Just to give you an idea. He was a big guy. And you see the guy right there where the sun is in the top right? That was John Rojas. And Phil Baroni kicked like the living shit out of him, and he was like, I'm the Juice King, I'm the Juice King, I'm the Juice King. The guy on the top left, I think we'll get to him in a little bit. But Phil Baroni got kicked out of high school, so he doesn't actually have a, he's not in the yearbook itself. This is like one of his only yearbook pictures, and he's on the wrestling team, but this is probably the best one. You see he was a big man, he was a big man. So, but let's talk about Phil Baroni. When Phil Baroni was in Little League, what he would do is he would get on the bases and then he would like start taunting them. He'd get in the rundown. He would like always have them like throw the ball around, and he'd get like to the next base. So if he got on first base, get a rundown. He got to second. If he was on second, he get the third. So that was really funny. And yeah, he was really competitive with me. I don't know. Maybe we were on the Cardinals or the Mets, but I was a faster runner than him. I was faster than Phil Baroni. Phil knew it. So he kept bothering me to race, and I kept beating him, and he kept bothering me to race. And I'm like, look, man, I only want to run if it's a basis. But the thing with Phil Baroni is you can't disrespect Phil Baroni. If you disrespect Phil Baroni, you're going to have problems with Phil Baroni. As long as you respect Phil Baroni, things will be alright with you and Phil Baroni. But when you disrespect him, there's going to be problems. I mean, I remember in high school, basically, like him and these guys, supposedly some of them, I think Rojas got on the top right, supposedly they tried to make like homemade steroids, and they were throwing up on the police, and the police was like dissolving him, was like burning him and stuff. And I remember I was in a class with him, and he like had me help him get like a vial, like I guess like a vial, like a lab vial, you know, like from like science class or something. Yeah, I was in a few classes with Phil Baroni my senior year. You know, we were always kind of like friendly and stuff. So we're gonna get to like the Phil Baroni story when it relates to me, but I do want to go to a happy thing. So we're like high school. It's like me, Phil Baroni, and I'm not going to look him up in the yearbook, but this kid, Sean Murphy, and he's kind of like a burnout, but he used to play on like this football team, the Massapequa Mustangs. So me, him, you know, we're playing like flag football in the gym, and we are just decimating people. Like, we're just destroying them. It feels like, you know, we were like all in. I remember once I dropped the ball, I felt so bad because it went through my sweats. I'm like, don't worry, you know, because I had like the long sleeves on, it just went right through. I played quarterback at times. We all swapped quarterback. We were just beating people down like a three-man wrecking crew, and that was so awesome. So anyways, these people, this like gang TNB, they call themselves, the Nutty Bunch, or the what was the other, Nutty Bunch, or the New Breed, you know. And like this person, Clint Sullivan, he was saying that I was talking shit and all this stupid stuff. So these kids jumped me. So this kid, Sean Schmidt Shorty, jumps me. And the thing is, he you know, he's like, I heard you've been talking shit. I'm like, no, I haven't been saying nothing. I didn't say nothing. I don't know what you even talk about. I don't even know who you are. I don't even know who you people are. You know what I mean? So he's like punching me, so he's not letting me talk, you know. So I'm like, all right. He like jumped up and punched me. My head went to like one side, and I just went back to the other. So I wasn't really too worried about him, because if you jump up and you punch me and you don't even faze me, it's probably not going to go too well for you in a fight. So then he goes to like hit me again, but he yelled like something like the New Breed or a stupid fucking little gang name, and that like pissed me off. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to beat this motherfucker's ass. So basically I hit him and I grabbed him. I just kept hitting him harder, faster, harder, faster, harder, faster, harder, faster, harder and faster, harder and faster, harder and faster. I mean, if this was like the age of internet, this is like the 90s, like 94, 93 around. If this was like the age of internet, I'd be like the biggest star in the world. So anyways, you know, bam. So I'm beating the shit out of Shorty Schmidt. I'm hitting him harder and faster, harder and faster, harder and faster, harder and faster. And he's still hitting me, still hitting me, still hitting me, still hitting me. Now, how the hell is this kid hitting me, man? So finally this guy, Ike, who's like this Greek guy, he ran at me, hit me with like a running knee lift, and he hit me like in the chest. I actually looked at him, I gave him a backhanded smack, and I knocked the motherfucker down. He was like 6'1", 180. I remember seeing him in the hall, like he was making, like he was giving me a dirty look and shit. So I'm beating up these two kids basically, because when he did the running knee lift, I think I let go with Sean Schmidt, and Sean Schmidt like stumbled back like 5-10 feet, and he tripped over the curb, and he fell on his fucking ass, and he fell down. So I got two guys down, and then this Aryan coward, who's like 6'3", 250, comes in behind me, and he punches me in the back of the neck, and he knocks off like my Slayer hat almost. Like that's the only thing that like fazed me. And then at some point, it's like 2 or 3 people on me at once, and they're trying to fight me, and they're like calling me all these names, and I'm just throwing hands for a while, and then my hat got knocked off at one point, and you know, I was trying to look for where the hat was, so I was blocking. The worst they got me was like they threw me into the bus once, but then I got like I got my faculties back and shit, but they couldn't knock me down. 3 kids. So this kid, I think it's the kid on the top left. I didn't even know him at the time. He's like, dude, you do pretty good till those other 2 kids jumped in, and what I'm like, there was 3 of them, and the funny thing is they were all fighting me. My friend Scott Daoloth, the Jewish, you know, he's watching. All these other friends are watching, doing nothing. They're just watching me as these 3 kids assault me. John Nullett, another fucking coward. Fuck you, Nullett. Fuck you, Gallo. So this kid comes out. It wasn't even Murphy. It was this other kid, Nathan. I mean, he's got like boots on. He's like full-blown heavy metal, dirtbag, metalhead type guy, whatever you want to call him. He looked old. He smoked cigarettes. So what the hell's going on out here? He was fucking pissed. So, anyways, all these little bastards, I just pick up my hat and I go back on the bus. So then, like, I don't know, there's going to be like more trouble. So I'm getting ready. I'm thinking like 5-10 fucking kids are going to fight me. So I'm going back there. I don't know if I had body armor or anything. You know, I had like a knife on me if I got scared. I didn't really want too much trouble because I probably had some weed on me or something in a bowl. So when they, you know, when they asked the man at the time, I was holding back. I didn't want to fucking do shit. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to kill these motherfuckers. So I'm going out there. I'm ready. I think I'm going to fight like 5 kids, 10 kids, 20 kids. No one's helping me. The fucking career criminals I'm hanging out with. But no. You know who sees me in the fucking hallway? Bam! Phil Baroni. And he's like, yo man, you scared? It's going to be one-on-one. We're going to support you. He's like, are you scared? I'm like, one-on-one, I'll fucking kill you. And I think it was like how maybe it inspired him to start doing his MMA and shit. Because like I'm walking out there and shit, and you can just feel the electricity. I know it's going to be one-on-one. I kicked the living shit out of the kid before. I'm going to fucking destroy him. I was all fucking pumped up. He's like, I'm like, one-on-one, I'll kill him. And I was serious. And Phil saw it. Everyone saw it. I didn't even know who Phil was with. I didn't ask him for help. He decided he was going to help. Because they're like, you know what? I'm not going to let these people jump him. He might have even been thrown out of high school by then. But he came into the high school. He was in the high school and he came to help me. So I know people have a certain view of Phil Baroni. And, you know, let me play a classic trip. I don't know, you know, classic clip. Listen to this. This is classic Phil Baroni. This is classic Phil Baroni. This is why a lot of people don't like Phil Baroni.
I got nothing to say. I know he's fucking this. You check me out on that.
That is the man. That is the Phil Baroni, the New York baddest. He's done MMA. He's done wrestling. He's done pride. He's done UFC. He's done all things that you can imagine. This was tough, man. He gets screwed on the decision and he goes like he flips out a bit. But he gives a guy a TKO. He knocks him out like 3 times. That's him talking to Elise Guerrero. He's had some really hot wives. So let me tell you, the New York badass Phil Baroni's moved money. He's done a lot of things. But Phil Baroni's a stand-up guy. Because you know what? I didn't ask for help. But Phil Baroni helped me. Phil Baroni was like, you know what? You're not going to fight this guy. You're not going to have all these people jump you. And then, like, later on, I saw them at, like, you know, like Taco Bell. There were, like, 20 or 30 of them. And I talked to, you know, I knew Demetrius McLean. I knew, like, Aaron. And I knew this guy, Rob Ryan. And the guy, Shorty Schmidt, was saying how he kicked my ass. Meanwhile, I beat his ass down. He's running his mouth. And after that, when things were made good, they never fucked with me again. I thought I was going to have to run into this, like, little area and start, like, stabbing them, like, walking guys, like, one by one. I was going to hit DM, like, in the fucking balls and run. So that's what I thought was going to happen. Put his arm around me. We talked, and you know what? Everything was over. That was it. There was no more trouble. There was no more difficulties. Everything was done. Everything was settled. But you know what? Phil Baroni stepped up for me. Phil Baroni came out on his own, and Phil Baroni is a man. Phil Baroni is a great man, and you should support Phil Baroni in anything he does. Because Phil Baroni, you're a great guy, you're a good guy. I know you